Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Daily News Analysis channel here. My name is Nidhi, and I am here to give you an unbiased opinion about each and everything which is going on in our world. Currently, just like in geopolitics, our Indian politics is also going through so much of chaos. And today, I would like to talk about that only. So, Parliament is the law-making body which makes laws for the whole country. It consists of three parts: President, Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha. Lok Sabha means House of Peoples and Rajya Sabha Council of States. Now here is the place where our opinions, our matters are discussed, and the bill's decisions which decides here, it affects our life. Do you know how many seats are there in the Lok Sabha right now, in the Rajya Sabha? Any answers about it? So let me answer you for it. So right now, the current seats in Lok Sabha is 543. Yes, it's 543. And the seats in Rajya Sabha, it's nearly about 230, right? So this is what. Now Lok Sabha, which is House of Peoples, where those MPs sits in which we elect them. MPs which go into the Lok Sabha, they are directly elected MP. We elect them and we send them in the Lok Sabha. Similarly, there is at the state level, there is a state legislative assembly and there is a state legislative council. At the state legislative council, the MLAs, it means the members of legislative assemblies, are the persons whom we elect and we send them to represent our questions, our queries. We want us to represent us. We want them to represent us. This is what is what. Same thing. Okay. Let me ask you another question. What is the population of India? 1.4 billion, right? 140 crores. Okay. What is the population of India? What is the population of India of women in India and men? According to statistics, the population of men and the population of women in India is 50-50. Women's population is 50% of total's population. And how many representatives are there in Lok Sabha and state legislative assemblies? Just 15 to 18%. Imagine a, a population which contributes 50% in the overall population of a country, but its representation in the legislative body, in the law making body, the elite law making body of the country is just 15%. Isn't it unfair? I feel it unfair. It suggests that if 100 MPs are sitting in the Lok Sabha, 85 are men, 15 are women. 85 men, they represent men community, but for only those 15% can represent women community. In population, it's 50-50. In representation, it's unequal. Why? What's the reason? So in order to bridge this gap, in 2023, a law was brought down known as Nari Shakti Vandan Adhiniyam Bill. Now it states that nearly 33% of reservation is given to women in Lok Sabha and in state legislative assemblies. Now you will ask me, why not at the panchayati level? Because according to Article 243 of ZF, 1/3 of the seats in the panchayat and municipal elections, 1/3 of the seats are already elected in the are already reserved for the women's by the 73rd and the 74th 1992 Constitutional Amendment Act. This is what is there. That is why, in order to give a proper representation to women in Lok Sabha and in the state legislative assemblies, that's why we want them. That's why we bring this petition. Now, in order to give 1/3 of the seats, you need to increase the seats in the Lok Sabha. This is what we have to do. Also, according to the current seat allocation is by the 1971 census. We need to do a new census also. Right now we know that census is going on. We need to reallocate our number systems. We need to reallocate the seats in the Lok Sabha, specifically Lok Sabha right now. That is why 100, and you need to bring some amendments, because right in the constitution, that's why 131st Constitutional Amendment Act of 2026 was brought down in order to increase the seats in the Lok Sabha. The proposal was aimed to increase the Lok Sabha strength from 543 to 850 members. It sought to remove the freeze on redrawing constituencies, but that was supposed to last until after the first census post 2026. And imagine this bill failed in Lok Sabha. Yes, this bill was failed in the Lok Sabha. Why this bill was failed? What was the cause? So in order to pass any constitutional amendment bill in India, it requires a specific procedure. The specific procedure is, it requires some voting. It requires specific numbers of votes in the Lok Sabha to pass an amendment bill. Because it is an amendment bill, you're doing some addition, subtraction, you're doing some changes in the constitution. That is why the process of doing this activity is little bit difficult. It's little bit difficult than passing a normal bill. Passing a normal bill is far easier than passing an amendment bill. In order to pass a normal bill, you need the voting of 50% above present and voting done and dusted. But in order to pass a constitutional amendment bill, you require special majority. Quote unquote, special majority. Now, what does it mean to be a special majority? A special majority means that more than 50% of total strength of the House must vote, and at least 2/3 of the member present and vote. It means that the strength of the House should be more than 50%, and those number of people who are present and they are voting also, because you can abstain from voting, it's your right in the parliament. At least 2/3 of the members should present and vote in this matter, and it's little bit complicated, right? And this bill was faced. The current government NDA has a strength of approximately 293 members, while the opposition has about 240 votes. The votes in favor 298, votes against 230, total present in voting 528, but were required 350 votes. So the government was shorted by 54 votes. This is the thing. So the bill was failed. The reasons are many: political, some are blaming southern states, some are not against this. Reasons are very, very difficult. But what is the impact of this bill? The impact is we are delaying the activity of delimitation. We are not giving any particular reservation to women in our political system. We are witnessing a disparity in the representation and in the population. It is structural disparity, and we need to make it we need to bring women as soon as possible in the lawmaking body. Let me tell you why it is very, very important. How the country's structure changes when more women sits in the Lok Sabha. The person who is sitting in the Lok Sabha is entrusted with the duty to make laws for the entire country. When a woman MP sits in the Lok Sabha, she will represent women's position, women's care. She will raise issues which are very sensitive to women and which becomes a difficult for a man to understand, a man to present, but a woman can present in a manner that it can be heard, it can be heard, it can be understood, and it can make an impact. According to a World Bank study, in whichever company, corporate, government law position, school position, whenever any women sits in leadership roles, that company grows in that era. That city, that district, that particular organization grows in that era. The maternity benefits improves, health benefits improves, empathy brings, the organization becomes more happier, it becomes more peaceful. That is why it is very, very important for a woman to come and sit in the Lok Sabha seat. And this institutional change can bring this change. Many people are saying there is no need, but the argument for the Women's Reservation Bill is about deepening the democracy. High turnout among women voters is a sign of democratic vitality, but true empowerment, it requires a seat at the decision-making table. Moving from participation to representation is a next logical step in India's democratic evolution. There is also a strong development argument. Research across countries also shows that gender inclusive governance leads to better outcome. And that's why we need to make some institutional changes. So bridging the gap requires a bold action. Implementing Women's Reservation Bill immediately is not about fairness. It is about building a more representative, responsive, and resilient democracy. Democracy is the core value, it is the core philosophy of our constitution on which our country stands upon. And giving women more seats in the Lok Sabha can deepen this fact and can deepen this security. So I hope those of you are saying that what's the need of bringing so many women in the reservation bill, why it's so difficult, why it is very necessary, now you get to know about my point. This is the whole scenario right now which is going in the current Indian politics scenario system. Now I would like to end this video by today's quote. Now today's quote says that a person who cannot lift a brick with you cannot make anything with you. It means that if a person is not ready to help you in small things, at small matters, he is not going to help you in bigger matters also. If he is not understanding you in a small matter, he's not going to understand at the bigger level also. So it's, according to me, this quote beautifully explains the importance of taking small things, observing small things in any relationship. It helps you to preserve your priority, preserve your peace, compassion, and many other things. I'm leaving you here with a new news with right now. Let me know in the comment section what you think about Women's Reservation Bill, 131st Amendment Bill. What are your thoughts? Till then, stay safe, stay happy. Bye.